Greetings everyone, welcome to Chess Bound. This game is from the Esports World Cup. With the white pieces we have Arjun Erigaisi, and with the black pieces we have Hikaru Nakamura. These matches are being played live right now, but the first game has ended and it is for the third place. Whoever wins gets the third place and would get $145,000. So that's a lot of money. So they have to play well. So without further ado, let's start with this game. Hikaru starts with d4. We have d5. Sorry, Arjun starts with d4 and we have d5 by Hikaru. We have c4, c5, and just c captures, and we have queen captures. This is the exact same opening that he played against Magnus with the black pieces in the first game, and he lost terribly. So let's see what now Arjun Erigaisi does against him. Because there's knight to f3, we have c captures, and here knight to c3 attacking the queen. So queen has to move, only good square. Queen to a5, but here just now knight captures, and we have knight to f6. We have a3, e5. Now attacking the knight, we have knight back to b3 attacking the queen. Queen to c7 and bishop to g5, and here bishop to e7. But now just going for rook c1, and this is just very amazing if you can get that in. But in this, it was also possible to go for a different line with bishop captures on f6. But here after bishop captures, you get knight to f6, knight to d5, attacking both the queen and very nicely this bishop as well. So once the queen moves, now you play g3, castles, bishop to g2. But here just after knight to c6, knight to d2, you play bishop to d8, and here after castles, bishop to g4. But now you can play this rook to e1, rook to c8, and after rook to c1, you would most likely see this knight jumping in, trying to attack the queen, and white will have a very nice game. But even here, not trying to just keep all the pieces in here after just rook to c1, and here in this position, Hikaru goes for knight to c6. But we have e3, castles by Hikaru, and just bishop to d3, and all of his pieces are doing very nice. Although he hasn't castled, but there is no attack happening from black, and we have bishop to e6. But now the immediate strike, bishop captures on f6, bishop captures, and just knight to c5. Now it would ruin your pawn structure, so something not you want to do. But you could go for rook f to e8 in this position. You could go for queen to c8 in this position, trying to capture it this way. And here after queen to c2, now you play this g6, and here after knight to b5. This looks, I mean, very very scary, because here just bishop to d5, but now you can just get knight to d6, queen to g4, bishop to e4, just not letting this bishop stay on this diagonal. And here after bishop captures, you'd see knight captures, just attacking this bishop, and also that would come with a very nice royal fork, so you have to be careful for that. We have bishop to e7, and here after castles, queen to d7. So all in all the pieces would be still there, would be a better position. But here in this position, after rook f to e8, now you can see that the bar is shooting up, and that's because here in this position you have this very nice knight to e4 attacking both the bishops, and this looks very scary for Hikaru, because here just castles was played by Arjun. He was saying that I can do that next move as well. We have queen to e7, and here Engine did not like this queen to e7 move. Arjun goes for this knight to e4 right away. We have bishop back to c8. This not in the question now, because bishop goes all the way back to the original square. We have queen to f3 now, but you have to be very much careful in this position, because there is too much pressure, man. There is too much pressure here in this position, and you have to be very much careful here. Bishop to g5. Now if that comes, now it doesn't do anything. You can play queen to h4, because that would also come with an attack on the mate, but that's just a bit too far-fetched, because here rook f to d1, but now here just bishop to h6. And bishop to h6 is just, I mean, you can understand here this bishop developing from this square is going right away over this. If you play a move like g6, then it might be okay, but then you have to understand you're weakening your king side a little bit. So this is bishop to h6, not a great move. You could also go for h6 in this position, and here after bishop to c4, trying to go and put an attack towards that, just putting some pressure. You play rook to f8, now g3, and here rook to f8 was an important move, by the way, because this is coming and there would be too much pressure, and then you would have to play it. So it's better you play it right now. And here after knight to d4 attacking the queen, you play e captures, and here after bishop captures, rook captures. Yes, you have to give up two pieces for the rook, but here after e captures and the rook comes in, these pieces look absolute monsters, and here you have no development. And in a game you might be up a rook, but those rooks are not doing anything. These pieces are, so you'll have a very better position. So here, but that was the best that Hikaru had in this position, man. Here, just bishop to h6 does not do anything. Knight to d6 was immediately played, because if you capture now, then comes the beautiful bishop captures, and your queen would be falling after king captures. So this is just going to be over right away. So you have to see that. Obviously, Hikaru sees all of these. He doesn't go for it. He goes for rook to f8 directly, but now just bishop to c4. Now there is immense pressure against the f8 pawn and f7 pawn, and there's going to be very much difficulty. Knight to d8. now defending everything, but now just b4. And here rook to b8, but just now knight captures. And here rook captures on c8, rook to d7, just attacking the queen. Queen to f6, we have queen captures, g captures, and here knight captures on b7. And here we have knight captures, rook captures. Hikaru thought maybe trading everything would help him, but then you understand that it is not doing so, because here king to g7 was played, so there are no tricks in the position, because that would have come with a check. We have king to f1, just rook to c6. We have b5, rook to c5, and just rook captures on a7. So now, all in all, he's up 2 pawns, and let's see where that leads him. We have b6, rook caps on c4, we have rook caps on c4, and here just rook caps on c4. So he gave up a piece in this position, but this is just absolutely scary. And we have b7, we have rook to c1 check, king moves, and this bishop, I told you, this bishop is just not doing anything. He's just out of the game forever. And here rook to b1 was played, but after a4, it was on this move, on move 34, that Hikaru Nakamura resigned the game, rightfully so, because these pawns are being pushed. You're going to play this, you're going to get the queen into the game, and it's going to be absolutely over, and there's nothing black could do about it either. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be coming back with further games, so stay tuned to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you all.